Good morning and welcome to the show for November 14th. I'm Alexa Maynard and I'm joined by my fellow Broadcasting 1 classmate Olivia Bright. Today on the show we will meet some more new or new-ish teachers.
Hayden Mitchum and Ari Nelson will sit down with Mrs. Rose while Anna Mikova and Maddie Sigrist catch up with Mrs. Isaac.
We'll update you on all the winter playoff races.
And we'll take you around campus to make sure you are in the know.
Welcome to the show. The ASB Winterfest is making its return on Friday, December 1st. This connection event will feature cookie making, ornament making, a gingerbread person decorating contest, and hot chocolate bar.
Half of the 150 tickets available will be awarded by teachers to students who are making considerable improvements in their skills according to the proficient scales, and the other half will be available to students who currently have all A's and B's. Each ticket awarded will be a +1, which means you pick the person you want to go to the event.
Being a freshman, I have yet to see the event, but it looks fun. It looks like a fun and relaxing way to spend a flex. My fellow Broadcasting 1 classmates have been busy putting stories together from engineering arts to Colfax Model United Nations. Today we will continue our segment Meet Your Staff as reporter Maddie Sigrist with camera op Anna Mikova sat down with Mrs. Isaac.
New integrated math 2 and 3 teacher Ms. Isaac has been brightening students' days for about 3 months since she arrived at Colfax High School in August. When she was in high school, she was involved in extracurriculars like tennis, wrestling, and leadership. Ms. Isaac attended 3 different colleges from all over the country, following tennis scholarships. She started her career pathway in computer science but realized it wasn't a fit and made a career change to find her true passion.
I realized I wanted to be a teacher after I did this engineering internship where they stuck me in a cubicle for 5 hours a day, and I realized I needed more interaction, and also math I know is super hard for a lot of people, and so I'm very passionate about teaching people that they can do hard things.
Isaac comes from a long line of tennis players and coaches and is very passionate about the sport and hopes to connect to her students off and on the court.
I do a little pickleball underground club during lunch, so we've been doing that for a little bit, which has been pretty fun.
Aiden Dito, a junior in Isaac's 4th block class, has found it easier to study upper grade math and enjoy class while doing it. Isaac's classroom has a very laid-back atmosphere where students feel comfortable to ask questions and get help.
I think Miss Isaac is valuable because she tries really hard to help the students with any question that they have.
What is a number to the right that'll be easy? 1. Let's do 1.
She goes on the courts and plays games with students and tries to see the campus. My favorite thing about Isaac is she's just fun. It's just a fun class with her.
My goal at Colfax is to have my math students come into my classroom, and when they come out, they're feeling more confident in themselves and have a better way to communicate with people. And I also want to just overall bring up the energy. That's my goal.
Isaac connects with her students, whether it's through sports or academics, but no matter how she does, she will have an impact on Colfax High School and add to the Falcon legacy.
When X is less than 2.
For camera operator and editor Anna Mikova, I'm Madeline Sigrist reporting for CTV.
Thank you, Anna and Maddie. I love that the whole school gets a little insight into the teachers and the lives they have beyond teaching in this segment. In our next installment, reporter Hayden Mitchum with camera op Ari Nelson tracked down Mrs. Rose, and they have this profile.
Miss Rose enters her second year at Colfax teaching Spanish 1 and 2, but CTV wanted to officially welcome her to campus as she arrived in the spring 2023.
I decided to become a teacher because my mother and my father and both of my sisters are also teachers.
Miss Rose had many hobbies in high school, playing volleyball, basketball, and soccer, as well as being in the school orchestra. Other than her passion for teaching, she also has many outside hobbies that many people wouldn't know.
Outside of school, I have several passions. I really like to run. I like to practice yoga. I like to garden. And I like salsa dancing a lot.
Kelly Calver, a student in Miss Rose's class, has noticed the impact that Miss Rose has made on campus.
I think that Miss Rose is valuable at Colfax because she's one of the nicest teachers here, and she's made it really easy for me to learn Spanish.
Not only is Miss Rose nice, she is fearless when it comes to jumping into the fun that day-to-day school life offers and modeling that for her students.
I plan to connect with my students and add to the culture by having fun. I think that this is an amazing school, and I think the students are incredible, and leadership does an amazing job of setting our culture really high. And so I try to play games in my classes. I try to get to know my students and just to be here.
Miss Rose seeks to offer her students a better understanding of the Spanish language and culture. She has many goals for her career, and one will likely get students very excited.
Oh, a goal I would like to achieve is I would love to take a group of students on an international trip to a Spanish-speaking country. I lived in Chile, in Santiago, so I would love to take my students to Chile.
Everybody should be in Quizlet, not Profile.
For CTV and camera op Ari Nelson, I'm Hayden Mitchum reporting.
In sporting news, junior golf sensation Malia Gustafson concluded her season at the Section Masters event, where she qualified as an individual. Masters has no divisions, and only the top 4 players move on to Norcals. Gustafson played well at the demanding par 72 reserve in Stockton, California, but fell 1 stroke short of making the cut, ending her season.
Overall, the girls' team landed 3 on the all-league roster, with Gustafson taking home MVP honors for the 3rd year in a row. Molly Drysdale and Lily Stofflith had another excellent season and rounded out the all-league honors for the Falcons.
In football news, the boys went on the road to number 4 seed Houston on Friday night. Houston's aerial and ground attack proved too much for the Falcons as they fell 54-13.
All-league selections for football were announced last week, and Colfax landed 8 players on the list. Malachi Thompson, Elijah Gallo, Austin Leiden, River Roach, Glenn Ingram, Luke Tanini, Jake Massett, and Robert Myers. Congratulations to Coach Stowers and the entire team. You gave us a lot to cheer for this season.
Our girls' football season came to a close last Wednesday in the section semifinal when they fell in a very close game with Christian Brothers High School, 7-6. Coach Martello felt his team played well and had opportunities to win, but in the end, they played a good team with excellent athletes, and they ended up on the wrong side of the ledger.
Congratulations to the girls' team, who was the first team in school history and the first to win a league championship. We can't wait to see what the second season looks like in 2024 with so many returning players.
While football came to a close both, our girls and boys cross-country teams were at Folsom High School on Saturday battling for a section title and a spot in the state championship.
Dylan Holloway led the boys to an 8th place finish, and while they will not move on to state, this young team will relish their league championship and set their sights on bigger things in 2024. For the girls, expectations were high and none higher than for senior standout Jessie Redding. Despite the pressure, Redding delivered a stellar performance, winning the Division IV section title for a 2nd year in a row and finished 3rd across all divisions 1 through 5. It would take far more than Jessie for the team to win the section and go to state, and Colfax got just what they needed, with senior Jade Bittner finishing 2nd, sophomore Micah Redding finishing 6th, and the combined efforts of Morgan Toner, Sophie Sunding, Claire Piper, and Samantha Reedy-Platt delivered Colfax back-to-back section championships as well as a berth in the state championship. Congratulations to Coach Redding, Coach Mitchum, and the entire team for this incredible achievement.
The 2023 ASB Powerpuff Boys Volleyball Tournament kicked off this week with the first practice yesterday, and the final practices will be at lunch today and tomorrow. You must attend practices to play.
The competition kicks off on Thursday when the juniors take on the freshmen and the seniors face the sophomores. The winners will play for the title on Friday, and if time permits, a 3rd place game will be played on Friday as well.
From what I've been told, the best game of the tournament last year was the third place match between the freshmen and the sophomores, when the freshmen came back on the now juniors and won. I'll be keeping my eye on the senior versus sophomore match to see if the sophomores have a little bit more magic in them.
All students are encouraged to come watch the matches on Thursday and Friday, but only players and coaches for practices, as there are a lot of people on the floor and your ASB leaders do not want anybody getting hurt.
The SoCA senior event is coming to campus the week we return from Thanksgiving break. This fun event will feature seniors willing to be soaked by you, the student body, or even the staff. The event is a fundraiser for the senior picnic in the spring.
The week before the event, leadership will advertise who is available for soaking each day, and students can buy a bucket of water and pour it over their heads. No limit on the number of buckets. Throw in a few extra bucks and you can add ice to your bucket.
The ice bucket is cold, literally and figuratively, but I love. It sounds like a fun event and a great way to raise some funds for the senior picnic. Well, that's all we have for you today, Colfax.
We will be back next week when reporter Jade Shad and camera op Saylor Wren bring back the segment Around Town when they take us into the kitchen at the Wrecking Crew Bakery.
We'll hang out with Mr. Mitchum
and see what makes Mr. Steinbeck tick. Until then, I'm Alexa Maynard for Olivia Bright. Have a great day, Colfax.